A place like this does not seem like the natural habitat for a brand like this, but Lexus wants to change perceptions, and here's the car that starts the transformation. The 2013 GS Series. Soft and cushy? Not so much.
All those things we learned about performance from the LFA are trickling into all of our other products like the GS. Great precision steering, great suspension systems, great seating position, steering wheel angles, all the things that are important to performance driving, you're going to see translate across our whole lineup.
It's the same length as the outgoing model, but about 2 inches wider. The design is balanced, but not overly memorable in profile. The nose? Well, that's a different story. The spindle grille is the new face of Lexus.
It's actually a representation of what you're going to see in the future, because this spindle grille and the new design philosophy in this car will translate to all of our future products.
Lexus is taking the Burger King approach with the new 4th generation GS. In other words, have it your way. There are 3 different models: the Premium, the Luxury, and F Sport. Then choose between rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and a hybrid system. I'm asking for extra pickles. I'm sticking with the gas-only 350 models for this preview. The 3.5-liter V6 pumps out 306 silky horses. I like the snarl. Motorheads, take note, this mill gets both port and direct injection.
We use a port injection for more of a smooth idle, cold start. Anytime we don't need a lot of performance out of the car, we can use the port injection. When I want performance, when I want a lot of power, I can use the direct injection.
The 6-speed automatic transmission can be shifted manually here and here. Lexus says it spools up to 60 miles an hour in 5.7 seconds, pretty quick, but the real story with the GS is handling. While BMW has cornered the market in cornering, Lexus truly challenges them now with a new adjustable suspension system. That's a significant advancement. Whether it's the standard models or the performance-tuned F Sport, GS dances with the best of them now. Even at high speeds, there's the feeling you can do no wrong in this car. Lexuses are all about being quiet, and the GS is that, but when you really nail the throttle, there's a special acoustical chamber that really lets you hear the engine. On the performance loop at Las Vegas International Raceway, GS feels lighter on its feet than the competition Lexus has provided for direct comparison. They also set up a timed autocross course to show how nimble the GS is. On this tightly coiled course, the GS performs like it's a size smaller than it is, very athletic, and quite a compliment considering the car that I'm driving is not the F Sport. Lexus is very proud of the chassis tuning. Most enthusiasts will just escape the city to find some fun roads, and here the GS is very buttoned down and refined, just what you'd expect from a Lexus. Even the firmer F Sport suspension is comfortable enough for everyday driving, though it never wallows. Okay, let's look at the specific models. Enthusiasts will of course shop the F Sport. It gets larger 19-inch wheels and an even bolder version of the new mug. The only place that advertises the performance attributes is the fender. In case you're wondering, there is no additional horsepower. Like all models, the cockpit is trimmed differently. F Sport ditches wood for straked aluminum. Seats have good lateral support for hard cornering, as they should. There's also proper pedals. The 6-speed automatic is the only transmission available. Lexus has tuned it for much quicker cog changes, and there's rev-matching downshifts. With 338 horsepower, the 450h Hybrid is the most powerful GS. A shopping tip, it isn't available in all-wheel drive. You can spot the eco-minded with blue badges and the lack of tailpipes. The 3.5-liter gas engine uses an Atkinson cycle, and the electric side can run in either an eco or power mode. While the battery is better positioned this time around, it still takes up space and eliminates the ski pass-through. The tranny changes to a continuously variable unit here. 450h's interior gets a unique look with bamboo inserts and lots of it. The tach changes to a power meter so you know how much fuel you're saving, or not saving if you're having fun. Combined estimated gas mileage is 31 miles per gallon. My main photography model is an all-wheel drive luxury model. There's the spindle grille, those trendy LED running lights, and badges, which is the only way people will know all 4 wheels are getting power. It can shift from a 50-50 power split to a rear drive allotment of 70%. With a new sweeping design, Lexus has upped its game in the cabin. This here is a luxury model. A focal point are these surrounds for the clock and disc slot carved from one piece of aluminum. Wish these felt as solid. They have a plasticky feel. The LCD screen is larger than an iPad's and can display 3 windows. To select stuff on it, there's the mouse-like remote touch controller that's slightly redesigned now, no more enter buttons on the side. I'll be my normal interface Grinch and say I find it a bit too remote feeling. I like touchscreens. GS can be stuffed with technology. There's lane departure and blind spot warning, a night vision system, plus a killer 17-speaker Mark Levinson sound system. Also, the standard climate control only blows air where people are sitting. The drivability of the GS can be tailored to suit your mood, and the different modes are distinct. Gauges are crisp and clear. Very supportive leather chairs get heat and ventilation. There's even a heads-up display. Since it's raised, the middle seat doesn't have an awful lot of headroom. The outboard positions, though, very, very comfortable. Decent foot and legroom. Check this out. Luxury models offer up control of the sound system, heated seats, and a separate climate zone in back. Sunshades are here and here. There's small storage nooks all over and a place to charge electronics. A nice touch, side impact bags for those in back. The large drive shaft tunnel is something that gets in the way, though. When I'm on the road, the TP trunk test has to become my luggage trunk test. Can you imagine getting all that stuff on a plane? The trunk is certainly big enough for a couple sets of golf clubs, important in this segment. Seats don't fold to expand cargo, just a ski pass through. You know the drill, these hinge arms can scrunch your cargo. There are some thoughtful touches in the trunk, and good to know Lexus is still putting a spare in their cars. Will drivers push the GS like this in the real world? It's doubtful, but even everyday driving is fun in this high-end sedan. Lexus has done a commendable job of wrapping luxury, sport, and tech into one appealing car without any compromises. It makes things a lot more interesting in this segment. So, why didn't Lexus use their 8-speed gearbox?
We used a 6-speed because Chief Engineer decided that I was going to get better performance out of it, and it would keep the engine in the right RPM band that I wanted to, and I could actually get the right economy out of it. The 8-speed hunts a little bit if I wanted for a performance car. I didn't want that extra 2 gears to have to deal with.
Hope you've enjoyed Lexus GS, the documentary. This is a pretty deep car, folks, and I hope to get one for a full week to test it out, preferably the hybrid, which I drove very little. Hint, hint, Lexus. Oftentimes, there's a lot of lip service that a brand is changing its ways. The new GS delivers. The driving dynamics have more soul to them than any other Lexus I've driven, short of the ISF, that no one seems to remember. Well, there is the LFA, but us mortals have no access to them. They were giving high-speed rides at the track, and I have to say, it is astonishing. I didn't shoot it in action because, quite frankly, I was selfish and I took the time to take a ride. And it was very, very fun. I need to make more money. That's my preview of the new 2013 Lexus GS. Now, when you see your first one in the wild, pay particular attention to the liquid platinum color. Apparently, the Lexus engineers have developed a new paint process that makes it extra super shiny. Technical term there, and it defines the undulations of the car much, much more. Look for it. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.